You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How you doing?
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
I hope you have a good day.
Hope you have a better week.
I hope your month is full of successful days and a lot of great ventures. I hope you just come up, brother.
I hope your whole fucking year is spectacular.
Oh, you hope my year is spectacular?
Yeah.
You got something you want to say to me?
You got something you want to say?
I'm gonna go ahead and give you all the riddle for next episode. So next episode, we are gonna go into a renaissance. Now, I'm not necessarily talking about the paintings, but when we look at the choices, they're basically a renaissance. I mean, you're looking at your father in the clouds, you're looking at your reflection in a pool, you're looking at the wonders of the world, or a bunch of mythological creatures. With that, for KB, for Lena, for Vaughn, for Doug, for Ryan, and for JoJo Pose. I think we might die tonight. I don't know. This is going to be, you three have to be together. But anyway, what up, family? It's your boy Amaru, and we are back with another episode of One Gotta Stay. I think this might be the most hype I've been for an episode, not just because of the guests, because the guests are awesome, but I don't think I've had as much hype around an episode as I've had in this one. I have not done Disney yet. I have avoided it, but I knew that this was going to be the list I was going to put together for Disney, because this is probably top 4 of my favorite Disney films of all time. And if you don't know what we're talking about, well, you should. You're watching. But today we are going to be choosing which movie, not just movie, but also anything affiliated with them, live action, TV show, video game, any of that.
Okay.
Between Mulan, Hercules, Lion King, and Aladdin. It's the whole thing.
Where's Beauty and the Beast? Jeez.
Beauty and the Beast can go wherever it wants to go.
That was a good one.
I mean, look, all I'm gonna say is that I chose the best 4 Disney animated films probably ever made.
Message.
Period. Point blank. But before we actually get into this what may be a bloodbath, what may just be some fun. No, to be a bloodbath. Let's get into our guest, our esteemed panel for tonight. First, we are going to go over to the Carleys. Nick Swarles Barkley and his wife Taylor. They are our entity today. How are you all doing?
Doing good.
Yeah, no, we've been talking about this all week long. We sat through Mulan live action just for this, so I'm so we're going. But I think we've got a great list. I really do. I'm really curious to see what everybody else has.
Already just starting. Next to them, I am not joking. Literally 2 minutes after I put the riddle together, this man was intelligent enough to know I know exactly what we're doing. Put me on the show right now, please. So I had to do it. Brian Nussbaum, he got my riddle very quickly. How are you feeling? I know you're excited.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Great to be with the world's best after shows POV, the View crew themselves.
Thank you.
Speaking of the View crew, right under me, I have 3/4 of the View crew. Molly wished she could have been here, but she is busy. But either way, I'm very happy to have them. We'll start down there with Miss Jillian Marie. Jillian, you were the one I reached out to originally because I knew you loved Disney.
You don't say.
How are you feeling about it?
I hate everything about this. I think I was saying before we came in, these are not only 4 of my favorite Disney films of all time. These are 4 of my favorite just films in general, my favorite of all time. So this was the most difficult thing I think I've ever had to do in my entire life. Like, period. So for you choosing these movies, I'm very upset about it. I'm probably going to lose friendships today, and I blame you 100%. But I'm here to have a good time. I'm excited.
That makes me very, very, very happy. Right next to Jill, it's my Yay area compatriot, Mr. Brian, also fellow teacher.
Yes.
You got the kids. I don't have them yet. I went back to work today, but how are you feeling?
Doing good. Ready to come after some people. Probably this one, because I feel like you and I are going to be on opposites, Jake. Friendships may be lost from today. And I will say, the fact that you got this one, the celebrity, we can't even get her on our show recently. So, yeah, good for you.
I will also say, to that point, the fact that she actually ranked them is an entity in itself because she has a hard time making match predictions on her.
That is true.
To be fair, I did send it in like last minute. So.
It was a little late. But it's all right. It got in. The last member of the POV crew, the View crew, Jake, how are you feeling about this today?
I'm good. Honestly, I'm just here to have a good time. I want to see what kind of stuff goes down. Specifically, I know that these two might go at each other, might go at other people.
See, now I think we're going to be on the same page.
We probably to be. I think we are. I think so.
Yeah.
I've seen what the chat looks like, and yeah, I'm excited.
Below him, it is my undercover brother from another mother, Aaron J. How you feeling, sir?
Oh, it's good to be here on Best A24 Films. Wait, I can talk about other movies. That's right. I forgot. That's crazy. But yeah, it's been a long time since I've been on here, but I've been watching every week, Ru. I never know the riddles, I'll be honest. Even after someone gives them away, I still don't understand them. But I always enjoy watching you read them with the edits. I know most of the people here for sure, and the ones who I don't will quickly learn what everybody else feels about me. So yeah, I'm super excited to be here, though. I did rank my movies based on when I saw them as a kid, but that honestly hasn't really changed. So, but it is my strict child rankings. It will come into one particular movie I had to rank low that hurt me, but it's a kid talking. So, sorry. Good to be here, though.
If Aaron,
hell yeah, I watch all animated movies. I love animated movies.
If child Aaron is anything like adult Aaron, I'll just leave it at that.
Yes,
and last, certainly not least, the most cutthroat, evil, scathing, she's the sweetest person I've ever met in my life. Her husband, Vaughn, who you all may have seen on the show, that applies to him. But no, we have Alicia this time. Alicia, how are you doing?
I am stressed out. This is really stressful. I agree with Jill. These are like my top favorite movies, and I had a hard time putting them in a ranking order. And the one that I am going to say that has to go, I might lose some friends and family members might disown me. Hopefully not, but see how it goes.
All right. Well, since you all have anxiety and you're worried about this, you know what? I'm gonna just start myself.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with my number 4. I've mentioned this already that I love all 4 of these films and these franchises. These are my 4 favorite Disney animated films, so it was very hard to rank it. I will say my 1 and 2 and my 3 and 4 were easy. I just didn't know what to pick. But you know what? I'm going to just rip it off. Hercules. Oh,
No!
Hercules is gone. Yeah.
That's a
I need to take a moment. Hang on. I need to have a moment.
Oh my god.
Here's the deal. All of these movies are absolutely amazing. I am a Greek.
Agreed.
Right.
I'm a
That's
Greek
right.
mythology. I love all things Greek mythology. I love it to death. I do. I actually, if you know me, I actually like the Percy Jackson books more than Harry Potter. That's how much I like Greek mythology. However, when comparing it to the other movies, One, it hasn't come out with the live action one yet, which kind of hindered it just a little bit for me. Even though some of these live action films were not,
It's in development.
were not great. And on top of that, yeah, I'm not gonna say it yet. I was just gonna say there is one thing in my next film that put it over for one particular reason. When I think back, I'm like, I can't lose that before I lose Hercules, and it's the one that I haven't gone back to, even though I really, really want to. And the rest of them, it's been in my life. I haven't seen it probably in 15 years. Seen the other two. So
Personal problem.
What?
yeah.
My heart's racing right now. Like
That hurt my heart.
Yo, what is wrong with
Like
you?
that just made me sad.
I'm sorry.
15 years?
It's been a long time, and I love the show too.
the show's
No,
fun.
Aaron has done it once, and let me tell you, it's a hard thing to do sometimes.
Oh my God, I nailed it when I did.
You
Let
nailed
me tell
it.
you, I couldn't read the graph. I had no idea how to read that chart till the end, and then I finally got it. But terrible
we are
choice
no
for
longer
you.
twins, apparently.
Yeah.
But yes, we can live without it. We can.
I mean, do you remember when this movie came out?
Can't.
Drew? Do you remember when this movie came?
I remember
It
all
took over
four of them.
everything. Everything that we owned became Hercules. Our shoes, our socks, our backpacks, everything. Our snacks. Like Bobcat Goldthwait was introduced to the Disney universe. Come on, like what more do
Hercules
we
was
need
a great
than
villain.
that? It was like one of the animation, I think, was done in a very dark way for Disney, particularly some of the Titans scared me as a kid. Revisiting as an adult, I think maybe I'm not even tipping my hand, but this may be the best one to revisit as an adult because of the journey Hercules goes through. So by you not revisiting it, that's your fault, my man. And when you do revisit it, it will change your order. I guarantee it.
I am going to revisit it, but I had to go off of what I've gone through.
Meg
in my
holds
life.
up very well as a Disney princess as an adult too. She's probably the best of them.
But we'll see. But before anybody else has any comments, did anybody else have Hercules out first?
Nope.
No, just
Wow.
no. Fine. All
On an
right.
island.
I will live on this island for my number 4. What we're gonna do? Take the pressure off of me, and we're gonna move it over to Jake.
Oh yeah.
Jake,
Yes.
Do it.
Jake,
All right,
what
so-
is your number 4?
So yeah, I'm obviously a part of the majority that loves all 4 of these, and it really did come down to what did I like more than the previous one. And for this specific movie, it is more so did I connect with the main character more than the other main characters, and so at number 4 I had Aladdin. Aladdin is
How
my
dare you?
So we're gonna move on. That's what we're gonna do.
I know. Trust me, I get it. I knew I was gonna get some for this. It really does come down to out of the 4, it is the one that I not least like, but it's just I like the other 3 more. And I trust me, I knew I was gonna get flack for this. I really do watch Disney animated films like on the regular. My girlfriend's a nanny, so they're really on the TV like all the time with kids around the house, and so I get to revisit them quite a bit. I also don't connect personally with Aladdin that much compared to some of the other main characters, and that's kind of what it came down to. It's not that I don't like it; it's just it's the 4th out of the 4 for me. So.
Does anybody else have Aladdin as their number 4?
Hell no.
What?
Me?
Alicia and the Carlys. Okay, sure. Why do you all have the wrong answer?
Well, it's 3 words. May I take this?
Sure.
Return of Jafar.
Don't you dare! Are you out? Oh, Return of Jafar is the best straight
At least pick the third one.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck.
Garbage.
No. Sorry, you're wrong.
King of Thieves is great, though. King
I
of
agree,
Thieves
Jill.
is great.
I will give it.
They're all good, right?
Fabulous.
but the mere fact that Return of Jafar exists immediately puts it in fourth place.
Yeah, that was the deciding factor between our 4 and 3. We'll say that.
The fact that it exists, it tarnishes the franchise. Tarnished.
I mean, no Robin Williams.
No Robin Williams. How actual dare they?
Valid. Fair.
So that's.
I'm not alone.
You're not. You're not.
Anyways, sorry, we took over that. Go ahead.
If Return of Jafar did not exist, it'd be a different answer.
It's not that bad. You're making it sound like it's AIDS. It's just like a decently bad movie.
Absolute hot garbage.
All right. I hope you enjoyed your one time on the show there.
I almost beat the first level of Aladdin once, and it was the greatest day of my life when that almost happened. So that taught me a lot in my childhood about failure, that level of Aladdin that I never got past. I don't know if there was a level 2.
Okay, I'm sorry. Maybe Return of Jafar is just a lot worse than I thought, but I had that thing on repeat.
That's unfortunate.
Maybe it didn't age. Manny confirms that it's not. Oh my gosh. Alicia, you also have Aladdin at number 4.
I do. As much as it hurt me, I loved the movie growing up, just because it was another brown girl. There wasn't really many or at all. And so I was excited that there was someone that kind of looked like me a little bit, even though we are from different nationalities. But what came down to it was just that it's just kind of racist.
You came to me and asked me to share this for you. So I'll put this up on the screen for you.
So Disney even was going to remove it from its catalogs. But they didn't, because it was they wanted to create a conversation about being more inclusive in the future together. So this show is before Aladdin, and I think a few other Disney movies that were not so well thought out, I guess. But I think that was the biggest thing. It would be nice for them to kind of. I mean, I kind of like the remake, but then I kind of didn't, because the remake was not that good either. The first one was a lot better than the remake, but the remake, just because Genie, and I mean, I like Will Smith too, but it was just.
I adore the live action.
Did you?
I did as well. I like the live action.
I love the live action.
I mean, I like the live action more than other live action movies, but it was just, the bar was kind of set high, and then they definitely addressed the racism, which, yeah. So, have you guys? Did anyone see the musical on Broadway?
I did.
It's quite good.
It was.
Yeah.
I didn't like it either. So that was the reasons why. I know. It's awkward.
I love you, Alicia. All right, well, we're gonna keep it going. Again, I told you, the sweetest person I've ever met in my life. We're gonna go on. We have 2 Brians here, but for this one, we are going to go to the View crew, Brian. So, Brian, what is your number 4?
I'm nervous.
Give it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the major shit. I've been waiting for this all week, and I've been especially waiting for him. Mine's Lion King.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're a moron.
You're a moron.
Boy, if you don't get
Alicia straight out just was out. She's like, nope, I'm done. I'm out.
See, Christina in the chat, I love you. This is why we get each other. Yeah, no. Lion King for me. Sorry.
Look at all these people leaving. Okay, no.
I know.
Yeah, I don't think people are out. This is overreaction now.
Did Alicia just like straight up bounce? But she's like, okay, I'm out. Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there she is. Okay.
I was just so like, oh my gosh, and then my scream went away. Sorry.
I was like, she's like, I can't. I'm out. Bye.
I'm done with this.
Yeah. Lion King for me. I just never been a huge fan of it, honestly. It never stuck to me like everyone else did. It just like plain and simple. That just how it was. I mean, Scar's great, but other than that,
Scar's fantastic.
nothing ever really stuck.
I feel sad for your childhood.
I know. My childhood consisted of mostly Toy Story.
Monster Wall on the side said, "What's something wrong with your childhood?" At the exact same time you did.
My
fine.
5th birthday was a Lion King themed birthday party.
Honestly, I think the thing that made me not like it was, as a child, Scar killing Mufasa like mortified me, and I just from then was just like, no, not watching that ever again.
Oh,
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah, Brian is spot on. Brian's spot on with that. In all honesty, I know it's not my 4, but I kind of wish I put it as my 4. As
Does
a kid,
anybody else have it as their 4?
yeah.
Oh
No, you're
I
on
will
that
say,
island too as well,
I will
Brian.
say,
But go ahead,
can
Eric.
I?
No, but I wish I
Yeah.
could kind of re-rank my list. Well, first of all, I didn't take into account all the terrible sequels.
Hey,
Also,
Lion King 2 is
also,
amazing.
also a worse video game than any of the other movies with video games. And the main reason Brian brought up Mufasa dying, I'm not going to try to bring down the room, but I lost my dad at a very young age, like before I had memories. So going to see a movie about a father getting killed on screen, like as a 5-year-old, was not going to happen. So I actually didn't see this movie until I was like in college, and I did like it, but as a kid, it did like mortify me. And like I watched like rated R movies. I watched plenty of movies where parents died. There was something about this that it being such a huge part of the plot kept it away from me, and like to me, I was just couldn't believe it was so popular. But I got to it as I was older.
For me, it's I think all 4 of these movies are my earliest memories of movies, and Lion King is the one I remember going to the theater seeing, and the fact that it dealt with death that way. Brian, this one's for you.
Shoot this motherfucker.
Yeah, that's how I feel right now.
Drew, thank you. Anything
else? Anything else?
Excuse
on the Lion
me.
King?
You stick to your Aladdin nonsense. Okay?
You're not any better. You're not any better.
I will say in Brian's defense, and Aaron also
There
brought
is
up a
no
good point. The
defending
whole,
Brian right now,
the
Jill.
whole Scar killing Mufasa thing. I get it. I get it. I get
why people would like it too. I mean, I think it's a pretty bold, like Empire Strikes Back type move, but also they stole the idea from Kimba.
They did steal some
like
things.
straight up. So
I was
like
gonna
the
say- I was
internet
gonna
has
say
stolen-
Hamlet,
if we're
but
gonna
also-
bring up 2021 arguments with, or not even, but modern arguments that have been brought up with other movies, then
Every movie
let's talk
steals from another
about straight up jacking an entire story from
Also,
another country.
own a Disney product that isn't jacked from something else. Like, that's not an argument.
Also,
Well, that one's like a
the-
photocopy.
Message. The live action Lion King also wasn't that.
It's my least favorite.
Can you
Yeah.
feel the love tonight during the day?
It's nothing live about it. It's computers.
It was.
Yeah. All right. With that,
There.
we're gonna go on. Jill,
Yes.
bring us home for number 4.
Bring us home. Well, everyone now knows what my number 4 is, and it crushed me that I had to put this as my number 4 because it was the first instance of a strong female lead character in my life. But compared to these other 4, I just had to put this one on the bottom for me. I love Mushu. I love me some I'll Make a Man Out of You. But But for me, there's more. That's like the one song that like I love in this movie. I love all the other ones, but that's like the song. And all the other movies, I can name like all of them that I would sing at a karaoke bar. For Mulan, I would only sing "I'll Make a Man Out of You." I don't know. Like it's a great film. I love it. I love Mulan. Strong female independent characters. Although she ends up with Shang at the end. Whatever.
With Mushu.
I know. And then they didn't even bring him back for the sequel. Like there was that made me sad. No Eddie Murphy in the sequel. That was sad. I still haven't even seen the live action Mulan because I hear it's not very good.
I liked it.
You did. Okay.
It was okay.
We are left with Aaron and Brian Nussbaum also having Mulan as their 4. So why did you all have Mulan as your number 4?
I have Mulan number 4 because, as Joe said, I just don't get it. I prefer the other 3 more because the music sticks with me, the animation sticks with me, and plus I factor in with the other 3 the TV series as well and the video games. This one didn't really. This felt like too dark of a film. I want like more fun film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you, Aaron.
Yeah, it's just like, you know how I am. If I have apathy towards a movie, it's got to go last. And it's like, I don't feel like one way or another about Mulan. I'm really happy that for some people, they really like it. For me, I saw it once. I just like the Szechuan sauce. I don't get it. Just all the way around. Like, just,
it's so good. It's so
I mean,
good.
I'm happy it helps some people get through their day though. So who am I to hate? But it's just apathy.
All right. Well, with that, we are now going into round 3. Me and Brian both are on islands. I got rid of Hercules, which hurt my soul, and Brian got rid of the Lion King because
Island life.
Some reason. Yeah, the Carleys, Jake and Alicia all got rid of Aladdin, and Jill, Aaron, and Brian Nussbaum got rid of Mulan. We're just going to keep this train going. Just move it quickly. Carleys, where's your number 3?
After, I guess I'll go. Our number 3 was Mulan.
Keep it going.
It was kind of a toss-up between that and Aladdin. I think what edged it slightly over Aladdin in our minds was the fact that Return to Far exists. Like, I think Mulan 2 is all right. Like, we watched it today. It's fairly unobjectionable. The songs kind of are kind of fun.
The songs are catchy.
They're catchy. It's cute.
It's fine.
It's whatever. Like the animation style is not so jarringly different that I'm like, ew, cringy, awful. I don't want to watch it again. And then the live action, I thought it was fun. Like everyone was saying that it's really dry and boring, and I found myself laughing and having a good time watching it. So it's like,
That's Chris.
I didn't miss Mushu. I didn't miss the slapstick. The songs I don't think would have added anything to the live action film. They had good homages to like the music in the score of the in both, and I don't know.
Yeah, and the casting was great.
The casting.
I mean,
was
they didn't have
amazing
anything really great to work with, but the casting was perfect
for what it was, which is a Disneyfied kung fu movie.
Yeah, it's basically right. And
I admit,
but no, like I said, the 3 and 4 were very, very close.
Mushu is the reason why this is not number 4, because I also have Mulan at number 3. Besides me, does anybody else? Jake, yeah, Mushu was it. That's what got over Hercules for me. I'm sorry. It's Eddie Murphy. It's Eddie Murphy. He's amazing in it. And I love Mulan in general, but it doesn't hold a candle to the other two to me. Jake, why do you have this at your number 3?
Well, I already kind of gave my examples as to why I had Aladdin at 4, and it really came down to 1 and 2 being in its own group and 3 and 4 being in its own group, and I just like this more than I do Aladdin. It also, I think it might also have to do with that I grew up with a very female-heavy family with 2 sisters, and this was in my house all the time. Like it is continuously played as I grew up, and so maybe I just remember a little bit more. watching it as a kid, but it's mainly just because I like it a little bit more than Aladdin.
All right. Well, we'll keep this going. Alicia, what do you have as your number 3?
Ooh, my number 3 was Hercules.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm no longer alone. I appreciate you.
So just because Hercules, what was it? It made like 108 on the box ratings, and like it wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't catchy to me. But just because it was kind of like the first, besides Aladdin, it was like the first guy movie, I guess, for Disney. So I kind of was just like, not a princess.
Nail.
Yeah, it's a good movie. But it wasn't
Hercules.
Does anybody else have Hercules as their number 3?
Hell no. Oh,
Ryan does.
Damn it.
Brian does?
Ryan Nussbaum. Why do you have Hercules as your number 3?
For me, as I made my list, I was thinking what resonated with me, and Hercules is like the third tier of the other 2 films that are on it. The music is very catchy. The casting great. Danny DeVito, James Woods, and the music sticks with me than Mulan.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna keep that going. We're gonna go over from Alicia's number 3. Hey, Aaron, what is your number 3?
Yeah, I already kind of tipped it, but it is The Lion King. For a lot of reasons as a kid, it just like really did bum me out. Like I remember not like being able to go to like birthday parties where they had like those types of plates. It was like very traumatic, honestly. So I just like couldn't really enjoy it. And even as an adult, I do like it, but I mean, it's just it is like kind of one of the first, I feel like, Disney movies. I guess Aladdin really ushered it in, but after Aladdin, it was all these celebrities. So it's just like no actual like voice actors, which is or not as many at least. So it's a lot of like Mr. Bean and Jonathan Taylor Thomas is in there too.
James Earl Jones. Okay.
James Earl Jones. I'm not. Hey, don't get me wrong. I mean, James Earl Jones is great. Matthew Broderick finally getting more work after Ferris Bueller. Thank God. So I mean, I don't know. It like I just like it. The Broadway show was so much fun though. I had a great time, but I was also like 12 when I went to that. So I don't know.
Well, you can't go back to it now. It no longer exists for you.
Right. I don't know how much I aged myself by saying that was a show I enjoyed seeing, but yeah.
Aaron, the one thing about you having this at 3 is that I would normally just put all the GIFs. Yes, they're GIFs. All the GIFs and videos. But you're making me like feel for you, so I can't. So that makes me sad.
Yeah, I
so
know. I'm a very sensitive boy. Very sensitive.
Does anybody else want to need to get these GIFs coming their way for?
It's all right, Ru. You can send those
thing.
GIFs over to me. Send those GIFs my way. This was
Go ahead. Another thing. I had a cat growing up named Nala. She pissed all over my PS2. So
okay, that's fair. I mean, that's
who named her?
That's bad training.
I named her. It was my fault.
Bad training.
You named her Nala, but you didn't like The Lion King?
Yeah, I was a very complicated boy, Alicia.
Okay.
How much time do we have, Drew? Because it all started when I stuck my hand under a treadmill when playing with a Batman toy on it, and now I have to start. I thought you were going to cut me off, Drew. Anyways.
I've had it with these motherfucking snakes.
I just needed to pick a video. I didn't know what to pick. Jill, why do you also hate life?
Shout out to Jeremy Irons, though. Shout out to Jeremy Irons.
Don't hate Lion King. I just like the other 2 that are left better. Jeremy Irons is amazing. He is perfect for Scar, and I was really upset when they didn't bring him back for the live action one, and that's kind of partially why this is my number 3. But I just didn't. I don't know. I had so much hype for that live action film because the casting, beautiful. other than Scar. I thought Jeremy Irons should come back for Scar, but like they had Beyonce, they had Donald Glover. It was perfect casting for this amazing film, and it was just blah. It was there. It was a movie. I don't know. Like I said, I had a Lion King themed 5th birthday party. I had Nala pajama pants. I was a Lion King stan when I was growing up. I just like the other 2 films better, and that's why this was on my 3rd.
You don't deserve to be a Lion King stan.
Listen, okay, sir. Go sit down.
Let's
That's
round
the
this
guy who
out.
picked Aladdin number 4.
Oh, Brian.
I'm just
Brian.
I'm island hopping today, I think. So yeah, Aladdin is my number 3. So I this honestly, my middles, my 2 and 3 were my hardest to choose from. And ultimately, this one kind of just got nudged out by some of the stuff for my number 2. But yeah, like I said, like this one, like my 2 and 3 honestly kind of feels like depending on a mood is what I'm going to pick. But yeah, for right now, that's my 3. Aladdin.
All right. It's time to take the gloves off. We're just gonna get straight into it now. Before we go, we'll just recap real quick the top 2 for everybody. So I have Lion King and Aladdin. As the Snuff Bomb, also have Lion King and Aladdin. We actually enjoyed children's movies. Jill has Hercules and Aladdin. Brian has Mulan and Hercules. Jake has Lion King and Hercules. Alicia also has Mulan with Lion King. And Aaron has Hercules and Aladdin. And the Carleys have Hercules and Lion King. So a lot of things can be saved. Everything is still up for grabs. But the numbers we have, ladies and gentlemen, Mulan got no love. 3 people saved Aladdin. 3 people saved Lion King. And 2 people saved Hercules. And I am here to tell you that Return of Jafar is the greatest straight-to-DVD incest film ever.
Those King of Thieves.
Period.
Please stop.
No, at him.
God. Me, Aaron, and
Interesting.
Jake, the Carleys, and Alicia.
Jake is so predictable.
And Jill and Brian have Jill and Brian have Hercules. I'll tell you now, the thing that nudged Aladdin over Lion King for me is that live action. Will Smith was great as the genie. That
So
movie
good.
was fun.
That is so
I
good.
loved it. It was great. I think Aladdin as a whole, I love Return of Jafar as a kid. I may not ever go watch it again because me and my brother usually have the same taste. I don't want that stain. Robin Williams as Genie is one of the best characters ever. Period. Point blank. I have him on Mushu. The collective of Aladdin to me is more than period Robin than everything else. I have Aladdin. Yeah. Don't at me. At me all you want. I don't care.
At him all you want.
Don't at me.
Yeah, no, you're spot on here, brother. As usual. Very proud that we can share one here of Aladdin. Straight up, you're not going to mention it. I'll mention it. Jasmine, huge part of my coming of age, so to speak. Poor choice of words there by me. Wow. And then coming back to
Smart. Very smart.
But I'm just saying, we were all there, Ru. And it's just like, or if you weren't, that's fine too. Not saying you had to be, but she also, just stylish is, of course, what I'm talking about.
This misogynistic.
Oh, I'm not.
Nope.
Okay. Anyways,
No,
I accept that. That was also Raja, beautiful tiger.
You know?
Oh, that's not. That Raja was also a beautiful tiger. The second was hilarious.
Gorgeous tiger.
Yeah, gorgeous tiger. I'm a huge animal guy, also very sensitive. Not just not just objectifying.
No, I'm just
joking. Glad that I have this bandana on because the sweat won't come into my eyes now. So that's a fun fact about it. Who else likes Aladdin here?
Over here.
Please, Brian.
For me, Aladdin's number one because of all the music, so great. Over my head, Fred Like Me, great. Prince Ali, great villain Jafar, one of the best villains. Also, I would factor in the theme park representative, like how Aladdin goes on ride at Disney, even the Full House episode with the whole Aladdin segment, and even the TV series, very underrated. And one of the best sidekicks, Abu, and the best Aladdin film, Prince of Thieves.
Yes. Though I will say, I don't understand the hate for live action for Jafar. That man is beautiful, and I
He's great.
anything. So
I agree.
I thought his personality was great, Rue. How about we talk about Jafar's personality, not just how
his personality was also amazing.
One other thing, as a
old man.
Oh, hey, you know what? I'm not ageist here. I mean, I don't know about everybody else. I'm just talking about speaking for me. Last thing, when I was a kid, I used to go into a music store, find the electric piano, which had the demo of A Whole New World, and sit down and pretend to play it at the piano for people walking by. So that's like my real number one.
And also, don't forget Gilbert Gottfried as Iago.
I have no idea how to
Yeah,
play
yeah.
piano, to be clear.
I don't think I've
misogynistic.
ever seen a impromptu karaoke of any song more than A Whole New World. Period.
Yeah.
And no amount of Beyonce singing anything will allow Lion King to overtake it, even though it is my number 2.
That's fair.
But going ahead, why did everybody else pick whatever else they picked, including Hercules over these things? Which, if I rewatch it, I'm scared it's gonna never.
I'll start with why I picked Hercules as my number one. I'm gonna quote a character of Phil by this, Phil from Hercules, and I have 3 words: the Muses.
Oh, Jesus.
They are amazing. This to me, and I say this all the time, Hercules and Tarzan for me are the top 2 best Disney soundtracks of all time. The music, and there is not one single flop in the entirety of the Hercules soundtrack. I can belt out every single one of those songs. Megara,
Yes,
Megara may or may not have been a very sexual awakening. And if you guys have not seen anything from the Broadway Hercules, Jelani Aladdin is a gorgeous man, and him as Hercules, look it up. It's great. There is a Broadway production, and I cannot wait until it's so good. But Hercules, I can watch Hercules. It's one of those movies I can totally watch every single day on repeat without hesitation. I adore this movie. And also, Hades is kind of one of the greatest villains of all time because he's like the sassy gay best friend kind of villain. And like,
yeah,
I dig it. So
I will say this has turned into the most thirsty episode of One Gotta Stay, but I'm okay with
Let me tell you, I love when I can bring it out.
That's fine.
She also one of the best burns in Disney history, Hercules. Come on, let's go.
Hercules.
Bring it home.
Also the whole he's a guy. Like, of course he's gonna do that to you. He's a guy. Like, preach, Hades. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Meg was also dope, even though it's not my one.
Yes.
But Meg was dope.
Get your husband.
Oh, don't even start with that. This one will get
Don't
going
even
about
start with
first.
Frozen.
Don't even start.
Let's go.
No. Hercules, I want to say, is the first movie I can ever remember seeing in theaters.
Oh.
Yeah. And so that, I mean, it has the little nostalgia, but I could quote this movie back and forward. Like,
agreed with that, by the way. Yeah, totally 100% agree. James Woods canceled. Hades, great. James Woods, we don't.
Hades is.
James Woods had so many good movies, though. So I'm just gonna pretend he was cool back then when Videodrome.
Yeah, for live action though.
It's gonna be like he was cool, and then he got hit on the head.
To put it lightly.
Honestly, Hades is probably my favorite like Disney villain of all time. Like, not even close. Just the whole Hercules story. Meg just kind of like, she's nowhere even close to being a damsel in distress in the slightest.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she at times is like stronger than Hercules as a character. Just all around pain and panic and they're like that nervous energy everyone has, constantly like freaking out. And for me, this movie's perfect. And then for me on my island, it's kind of ironic that they literally have a dead Scar in part of the movie.
They do.
They do.
True, they do.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll just sit on my island.
Jill's there with you.
I picked
Lion
Hercules
King
too.
crew. Lion King crew. I was very close to having Lion King. I just couldn't with that live action, but that cast was great. Why do you all have Lion King as your number one?
I mean, it's more of a. Okay. I don't need to say anything else.
Okay, sorry. I had to.
No, you're good. That was perfect. But no,
Yes, it was.
Just talking about soundtracks. I mean, it's a very fun soundtrack, and I mean, Hans Zimmer is Hans Zimmer. I'm a Hans Zimmer. I'm a stan for him. Any movie he makes.
You've been hiding that shirt the entire time.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that reveal. We need a more exaggerated reveal. Like you gotta stand up slowly.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yes.
I see that shirt and I raise you a childhood picture of myself as Nala.
Oh, I love it.
For Halloween at age 3.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna put
I was
my picture.
obsessed with this
Precious.
film as a child. Nothing else has ever come close to this level of obsession for me as a Disney franchise. It is flawless from start to finish. The Broadway show, flawless.
Amazing. Didn't you get the chills whenever at the very beginning?
It just
Okay. I mean,
it's like the video game. Pretty fantastic.
I liked the video game. I don't care how impossible it was, but I enjoyed it quite a bit. I mean, the level where you're getting chased by hyenas is one of the most high tense moments I've ever played in a video game. But just the 2 sequels are pretty good. Like I thought the music in I think it's one and one half, I believe, or whatever.
1.5.
Yeah, 1.5. I thought the music was really good in that.
Yeah,
for
both of them were really good.
Yeah, I don't know. I think just in like we were doing as a group, I think everything about it was all like I said. Obviously, the live action did bring it down a little, but not enough to drop it off number 1.
Yeah, it's like Hercules was very close, but I don't think it had just enough things. Like it only has the Broadway show that's not even quite on Broadway yet, and then the TV show, which is kind of meh.
And a very, very average video game.
So
anyways,
yeah.
So yeah,
The movie was great in Kingdom Hearts.
it's true.
But here's my picture of Scar.
Yeah.
I was older. I wasn't a child.
I love it.
So yeah, I love The Lion King. I can totally relate to dressing up as the lions and everything. I really enjoyed it because of the music, and then I definitely can relate to I don't know how many times I've watched it and I cried every single time because of the death, because it is very deep, I guess you could say. But yeah, I had my grandpa pass away around that time, and so it kind of also helped me accept death, I guess, in a way of bringing the circle of life kind of thing. That's how I kind of took it, and so it helped, I guess you could say. But yeah, it talked about like childhood, like the birth, childhood, and then it bringing into like manhood of accepting your responsibilities kind of thing. I thought it was really good, well put together. I do cry a lot. Hey, Bigger's not supposed to be telling my
Calling you
business.
out. Calling you out.
I really was saying to Devon, I'm like, I hope I don't cry on this because that would be really bad. But I do cry a lot. So, but yeah, I cried. I think I watched it the other day and I cried again. So,
As do I.
Yeah, that's my reason why I had to keep it, because it just like set the bar also for all these other movies. Oh no. Oh, you're bringing tissue. He's bringing tissue. I'm not crying. Jeez.
Nothing else comes
Oh, God.
Beautiful.
I told you,
Beautiful.
evil man, sweet woman.
Not a thing.
Well, I guess that's a sweet thing to do, though.
Whatever.
Hey, Jake, Alicia, do you have anything else?
Nope. I think that's it.
And Jake, why do you have Lion King as your number
Yeah,
one?
you sent this list, and it was within like 0.001 of a second that this was automatically number one. Like, it wasn't even a question for me. I've loved it since I was a kid. I remember having Lion King bedding. I remember watching the movie over and over again. I probably had Simba stuffed animals and stuff. But also, I do think personally that it's the best out of the bunch overall when it comes to characters, story, music, animation. It kind of has the whole package. And that's just my opinion. That's just how I kind of look at it. And we haven't mentioned them, but characters like Timon and Pumbaa, characters like Rafiki, like we have not talked
We
about
love
all
Nathan
these,
Lane in this household.
Yeah, we haven't talked about any of these characters at any point today. And
I will say, I think the distraction scene with Timon in the hula is one of my favorite scenes of all time.
Yes, it's like and I know that a lot of Disney movies they create a lot of memorable characters, but for me, it was always Timon and Pumbaa were like the ones that you really do remember.
Plus the Timon and Pumbaa
out of
show.
a lot of characters. For me,
yes.
the easiest way I can say it, there's a reason it sits at number 5 all time on my movie list for me. It's number 5. It's locked. It's been there my entire life, and it'll never leave. It'll always be there. So it was no question.
All right.
I will say I've never seen this man more disappointed in my life than when he walked out of the live action.
Oh,
Yeah,
the hurt on
in
that
my life.
Well,
It was
I will
rough.
also say and I know we're not talking about it, but the theater that we went to, they actually cut half of the movie off. So I didn't really get a full experience watching it the very first time, and it sucked. It sucked. So
no, the intro scene
great,
of it was visually stunning because that was the only live action part of it was that opening shot, and I'm like,
and I knew right away because the title on the bottom was cut off. I was like, that doesn't look right.
"Aw,
So
that makes me sad for you that your experience was tarnished."
Yeah, it was bad. But I the animated movie, no question, number 1. So.
Peggy,
you're wrong.
Peggy.
You're wrong.
Yeah, there we go, Peggy. Welcome to the party.
You should feel bad.
Brian Nussbaum, any final thoughts on why you have Aladdin as number 1, this list in general, and anything else you got?
For me, Aladdin, best anime movie, best casting, best character, one of the best sequels and themes. But one thing I see about Lion King is the Great Show in Animal Kingdom Festival of Lion King.
Yes, at Walt Disney World.
That's
Yes.
fantastic. Yep.
Yes.
I almost forgot
That
about
show
that.
is great. That show is amazing.
Thanks for bringing that up.
No problem.
The other Brian, Vuker Brian, any final thoughts on the list, on your pick, on anything?
I mean, for me, just that number 2 being Mulan. I think honestly, for me, Eddie Murphy's Mushu was just like the character for me. Like, just he literally that was the best part of the whole entire movie for me. Like, give me just Mushu and I'd be happy. Mulan's great, but Mushu steals that movie. So, yeah.
Aaron, any final thoughts, sir?
I like that The Lion King is the closest to a Rastafarian movie we have. So I'm always supportive of getting those ideas out there to kids. I say no worries to everybody all the time.
I found my newest rival.
Nice. Love it. Bringing people together. It's always fun. Carly's, any final thoughts before we get out of here?
I think everything was wrapped up nicely. I mean, like it's been brought up by multiple people. All 4 of these movies are great.
Yeah.
So I mean, the fact that we put anything at 4 doesn't mean we hate the movie. So
Except for Return to Jafar.
Except for Return to Jafar. But
hot
I
take.
haven't said enough yet.
No.
Anyway,
God,
yeah,
no.
that's my final. Is that clearly we all love these movies.
Yes.
Like none of these are horrible movies.
No.
So
No.
that's so. It was a fun list to put together, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jill, bring us home.
Everyone should definitely go look up the stage production of Hercules. Won't regret it. Alan Menken came back and did the music for it. The rendition of "I Can Go the Distance" will literally give you chills. It is beautiful. It is gorgeous. Educate yourselves and go look up the Hercules stage play.
Yeah, and apparently there's a petition going to have him play the live action whenever that does happen.
He should, because he's amazing.
Yeah. Anyways,
I don't know
Hey,
why.
make it happen.
I don't know why that has taken so long for that movie to get a live action.
I don't know either.
It needs to be perfect.
I
I
heard
have
the
two movies.
Russos
Why it's
connected,
taking
right?
so long.
What?
The Russos are connected to that film, right?
They,
To Hercules
I
live
think
action.
they're connected to
Are they?
a different version, but that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah. I will say a rewatch of Hercules, and if live action is great, it could jump some things because I did love it as a kid. But with that, I want to thank my entire panel. We're gonna just do a quick recap. Me, Aaron, and Brian Nussbaum have kept Aladdin. The Carleys, Aaron and Alicia, kept Lion King, and they called it at the beginning. Jill and Brian, Buku Brian, kept Hercules. And I also come up because I had a lot of submissions. Some stats for you. 20% of people kept Hercules, which was just Jill and Brian. 40% of people kept Lion King, and 40% of people kept Aladdin as well. Nobody kept Mulan in any of my submissions. 40%. And Mulan was number 4 in 40% of the submissions I've got, with Hercules coming up as the third most picked last. Aladdin was next, and Lion King, I believe, Brian, either you were completely alone or one other person. Christina was the other person who had Lion King as their last one. But before we get out of here, I'll do this now. Please go watch one of the greatest reactors of Schmodown. Period. Point blank. If they do not after show, if they do not win after show of the year, Christian, we will have some words because they're amazing. I want to thank you.
Christian, it's the voters.
Yeah,
I thought it was Grace.
Find the voters. We're gonna have some words. The Carleys and Brian, I appreciate you. Aaron, my dude, Alicia, I'm so happy you're on. Thank you very much. And as always, before we leave, my riddle for the next episode of One Gotta Stay. So down here in the Southeast, it's been raining a lot, and I haven't gotten the chance to sing in it yet. I might have thrown away my shot. But you know what? I'm going to let it go. Let that go because I don't think that the sound of music coming out of my mouth is going to be pleasant for anybody.
Wow.
So for the Carleys, for Brian, for Jill, for Jake, for Alicia, and for Aaron, we're out of here.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. All right then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out